Today I messed up my valet parking my car to watch the new Spider-Man movie. I wanted to apologize for being that guy yesterday at the Disney Springs valet parking last night. I am on vacation in Orlando, and I took my 19-year-old daughter and her friend to see the Spider-Man movie last night at the Disney Springs Shopping and Entertainment District Friday night. Our movie was at 9:45 p.m. and we arrived at 8 o'clock to do some shopping before the movie. The parking deck was full when we arrived, so I did valet parking. It was well worth the $20 for saved time and an aggravation. We dropped the keys in the car and went off shopping and saw the movie. It was amazing on the huge Dolby screen. After the movie I realized my fuck up. My daughter was looking at her phone during the credits waiting for the bonus scenes, and said, "Dad, did you know Disney Springs closes at midnight tonight?" I did not. It was a Friday, and Universal City Walk, a similar shopping and dining area at the other theme park, closes at 2 a.m., so I thought Disney would be the same. Then she tells me that the valet closes at 11 p.m., oh fuck. It was 12:30 a.m. at that point. We booked it over to the valet stand while I am searching for an Uber to take us back to our hotel in case there was no one there to retrieve our car. As we rounded the corner, we saw our car parked right out front, a good sign. I saw a very annoying-looking valet attendant standing there. I rushed up and apologized and explained we were stuck in a movie and didn't realize they closed so early. I paid the valet fee, and gave the dude a $100 bill for his tip to try and compensate for me being a dumbass and making him work 2 hours past close. I am so sorry. I have worked in the service industry for 20+ and hated selfish, or dumb, customers like myself. I hope you had a nice cold beer with your $100 and it took some of the sting out of having to stay late. Too long. Didn't read. Valet parked my car and didn't pick it up until almost 2 hours after they closed. Today I messed up courtesy flushing. I was handling my business, and business was good, one day and performed the courtesy flush. My girlfriend's bowl is pretty small, so it wasn't uncommon for me to feel some water hitting my frontal area when I flushed it. So I flushed and water cascaded over my dick, and then it engulfed my balls, and then my ass cheeks, and then my asshole. Before I knew it, my turds were trying to swim back up my ass, and I was floating in my own piss and shit as the toilet was overflowing while I was sitting on it. I could only imagine I had a look of concern on my face as I try and figure out how I'm going to plunge the toilet, covered in shit and piss, with my pants around my ankles, hovering over the commode like an umpire calling the World Series, without getting said shit and piss all over the bathroom and my clean clothes. I managed to fish the plunger between my legs and plunge it like an Amish woman churning butter until the water subsided. But I still couldn't sit back down because I'm still covered in shit and piss, so off came my clothes, and very delicately but swiftly I dove into the shower. If you're a courtesy flusher, keep this story in mind because I assure you, it's a place you don't want to find yourself. Too long. Didn't read. The toilet overflowed while I was giving a courtesy flush. Today I messed up by jerking off with a spring ball. Before I start, this https://anger.com/a/mxv12wf is the spring ball I'm talking about. It helps to mix protein shakes. So, yesterday night, I, 17-year-old female, felt extremely horny. In the shower, I'd used pretty much every single appropriately sized bottle. In my continuously horny state, however, this was not enough for me, so I ventured through the house, opening cabinets, hoping to find the perfect object to jerk off with. I should say, before my shower, I'd watched some videos of egg and ball-shaped toys being shoved into vaginas, so that's what I had in mind. So through scouring my closet, this spring ball is what I find. It is ball-shaped after all, so I lie down in bed and get my pussy wet for a second round. I squeezed the spring just a bit to have it fit, then pushed it in. Just to be safe, I pulled it out a bit, barely any resistance at all, so I thought all was good and pushed it deeper into my vagina. Or so I thought. Midway through this second round, I decided to take it out. I reached into my vagina, grabbed a hold of a middle section of it and pulled. There was no budging. I tried it again. Pulled harder. Still, no budging. Third time's the charm, right? I give it a harder tug this time and felt almost a cramping pain. That's weird. I push my finger into the middle of the spring and feel my way towards the top, where the metal starts to end, and realize that upon my vagina compressing the spring, some of my flesh had been caught between the rings. Now, to say I was panicked is an understatement, though I didn't want this to be an embarrassing emergency room experience. So, gathering my last few calm brain cells, I figured I could squeeze together only the middle rings to release some compression on the upper and lower rings, hence free my flesh. To be honest, I don't remember exactly what I did, but through some combination of said plan, pushing my flesh out of the spring and pulling, I was finally able to, after what seemed like half an hour, get it out. I was still lying in bed, trying to catch my breath and reassuring myself I've just solved the problem while texting my boyfriend about how dumb I'd been, only for him to confirm so. I've now learnt my lesson: not everything is a dildo if you're brave enough. Edit, forgot to mention, I was also terrified of my IUD string being caught in the spring. Would have been an extra screw up if I'd displaced or pulled that out too. Today I messed up by forgetting I bought floor seats to the Eagles. I'm a huge Eagles fan. While I'm not old enough that I could have seen an original tour, I've been listening to them for the better part of the past 25 years. I was finally at a point financially where I could afford to see them live, so when I got lucky enough to find 4 floor seats last October, I ponied up. To the tune of $1,500. Today I received an email asking me if I enjoyed the Eagles concert in Houston. It was at that moment I realized I made a colossal mistake. The concert was Friday. Today is Sunday. I didn't go to the goddamn concert. I'd like to think I am type A. I usually plan my next day and use my calendar and reminders relentlessly. For whatever reason, I did not put this minor, insignificant thing on my calendar. And while it's bizarre to me that the ticket box office sent 0 reminders about the event, I'm slowly coming to grips with my blunder and am going to go calmly throw up now. Too long. Didn't read. I spent $1,500 on tickets to see my favorite band and forgot to go to the concert.